Well, good day, Derby here. Well, it isn't a good day. And I'll tell you why. You know, out of all the things that this government, okay, all the stupid stuff this government, I'm not talking just one side, I'm talking both sides. For all the things throughout the years that I've paid attention to government, there's been a lot of stupid stuff government does, okay? A lot of stupid stuff Republicans have done and Democrats have done, but one of the things right now, and you got to understand something. I keep telling you that America's over, that there is no more flying the flag for peace and the American way. That doesn't exist anymore. And I'm going to tell you, here's a great sign. It ain't a great sign, but it's a bad sign. Okay, Oregon, I think they shut down, or they're shutting down a Job Corps. Now, for all of you people, you younger people don't know what a Job Corps is, okay? Here's a little history lesson, if our history is true. For what I know, I went to a Job Corps as a kid from the age of 17 before I became, or 16 to 17. Then I went out on my own, hitchhiking around the country later on. That's a whole nother story. But I went to Job Corps for almost a year. No, I didn't stay. I wanted to do cooking at the time, but I had to wait in line and I had to go to do other things, and it was just it just didn't work. But for what I know of people who've gone to Job Corps, there's been some great cooks who've come out of Job Corps. There's been some good mechanics that come out of Job Corps. There's been good people who've worked in offices who have had skills in the past and stuff. Now, I have not kept up with what Job Corps had been doing in the last several years, but I do know it was a stable. It was always stable and it was always being, given money. But now, see, I don't understand. A place like Job Corps was for inner city. I went to a Job Corps in Edison, New Jersey. If any of you who are my age remember Camp Kilmore, isn't that a great name for an army camp? But Camp Kilmore in Edison, New Jersey, they turned it into a Job Corps. Now, I don't know if it still is now. I've never checked or whatever. But I know that when they start shutting down institutions like this, you got to understand it's the end of America as you know it. This institution, was in the early, 1960s, 50s and stuff? I mean, it's been around, okay? Maybe even before that. All I'm saying is this, is that if you're going to shut down any institutions or stop giving money, let's stop giving money to these Ivy League colleges and universities, okay? Let's shut them down and turn them into Job Corps, because look at what they're producing right now. They got scholarships, but there's no jobs for the scholarship people to get a job with, okay? People are going out of work anyway nowadays. They're shutting everybody and everything down. But there's one thing that they can't take away from somebody, and that's training. If you had been trained to be a mechanic, trained to be a cook, trained to be this or trained to be that, there were skills that you were trained and given, and you could take with them for the rest of your life. I don't know what you're going to do with certain certificates that you get from an Ivy League school. I mean, if I'm looking for people to fill spots, I might want to be looking for people who know how to pick up a brick and put mortar in between it. I'm not looking for somebody to peddle papers back and forth and put their signatures on. So what I'm saying is, what the hell good is an Ivy League school when people are graduating, can't get jobs? But if you have a skill, like a mechanic, like a carpenter, or what have you, then you have a skill that people need. Well, all these robots they think they're going to be coming in, they better be freaking good robots. I'm not going to spend no $50,000 on one freaking robot that breaks down every couple weeks. So, all of this world and everything that everybody thinks is going to happen, or people are planning it's going to happen and stuff, what we end up doing is we're turning a world and turning a bunch of people into has-beens. We're the great America. No, you used to be great. And get used to that. You used to be great, but then again, maybe you weren't great. That was the illusion all along. But here's another thing I have to go on. I went to go put this out yesterday and didn't, but I'm going to make this sweet and short. I'm getting freaking tired of all you asshole prejudice people out there. I thought we were behind. I thought racism was behind us. Somebody on the internet, probably the FBI or the CIA, if we know our government the way we should know our government, that they're putting out the original racist videos. They got people they pay to do this. Then other promoters start promoting racist ideology. Like, excuse me. Like we got racist ideology now where you got black people who are against other black people, or white people are against black people, or black people now are against white people. And if you're a Trumper, you're either a white Trumper or a black Trumper, or you're a racist Trumper, and all of this stuff is ridiculous, okay? And for you people who watch these videos and actually believe that when they come across that this is real, I have to ask you a question. Are you prejudiced? Are you as racist as what they're trying to tell us we are? See, they tell us what we are, and then we turn around in response to what they tell us. So if they're saying that we live in a world of we live in a country of racism because they want to keep dividing people, then guess what? You're all picking up the ball and you're all becoming racist along with them. Now, it is a race baiting thing. It's also a division thing. It isn't all about being racist whatsoever. It's just a good product to use if you want to use it for wartime. And for many of you people who do not understand, your United States government is not your United States government. You belong to the United States government, and that's the way they think of you. And until you start recognizing that you're not your own person, that the only freedom you get is a freedom they tell you can have, and when they don't want you to have freedom, they come up with some type of virus to make you submit to taking away your freedom. And yet, most of you monkeys out there, and I'm bringing back that term again, human monkeys, who want to continue believing, and that goes for some of you Christians out there, that your government's going to come back, and that Trump is going to turn things around, or that the other side's going to come back, and what are they going to do? They're going to chop the dick off your child and put it on a girl. So, off your boy and put it on a girl. Nothing's going to change. You can change all the talking heads and all the leadership you want, but I'm going to tell you what's going to continue to go, and that's the sin, and the nature of the sin will always continue in one form or another. Here's what you got to do. Instead of worrying about whether the country's coming back or not, make sure that you have a destination when you die, and make sure your destination doesn't go where you shouldn't go. Make sure you have your destination papers in order. Make sure you have your destination papers in order. Do you understand me, human monkeys? Do you understand me, fellow Christians? Do you understand me, world at large? Do you freaking understand what's going on here? We are in the end times. This ain't a time to play games. This ain't a time to squabble. This ain't a time to argue with one another. This is the time to get on your knees and beg God to take your pitiful lives and make sure that you go to heaven. And beg him, ask him for forgiveness for your ridiculousness. Especially now. Look at what the children have turned into. Yeah, you people of the last generation, you got too comfortable with your so-called freedoms and you let your children out the back door. Remember the Clintons always said, no children are left behind. These children were left behind before they were even born. Before they were even an inkling to be born. They were already left behind by your government and by the powers to be. So there is no future. If you're having a baby right now, that baby's going to be spinning the wheel, and that's what's going to happen. His tires are going to be rotating, and you're not giving him anything because you barely are able to keep what you got right now, but yet you're going to have another baby. I'm not talking about doing something stupid. If you're going to have a baby, you better go through and do what you're supposed to do. If you can't keep that baby, make sure give it up to somebody who can. But what I'm trying to say is, people are making stupid mistakes and stupid decisions for the wrong reasons. I keep telling you right now, for all of you people thinking that the America's coming back again, and whether it's under one ruler or another, it's not. You need to get over that good old boy mentality. It's not coming back again, okay? Your Dukes of Hazzard are gone, okay? Your playing baseball in the streets is gone. It doesn't happen. It's not going to happen no longer. They ain't going to allow it. So until everybody wakes up and starts smelling the stench of this dying world, I'm getting tired of people around me and people, just be happy, have a good, just lighten up and all this other stuff. I tried that. You know what? My eyes are too open. I can't see it any other way. While you guys are trying to see hope on one side, which I know is hopeless hope, I'm seeing deathly hope. I'm seeing those who are hoping in things that will never get them anywhere in life, nor in death. They're hoping in hopeless things, jumping on the next hopeless ride. You've heard that in one of my songs. So always hoping for something to happen. Just maybe this time. If I just get the right ticket, maybe I'll win the lottery this time. That's what we're doing. And nobody, even you Christians, are not putting your hope in Christ Jesus. You're not putting your hope in God. You're putting your hope in everything else, in every system. And what has it gotten us right now? We got a bunch of stupid kids who can't even write a letter, a sentence, or even know how to spell, and they've gone to school. I seen a video of a woman, whether she's joking or not, whether she's just a dimwit. She said that she's a junior executive of some company. She says she doesn't really know how to spell words. She was taught in college to skim over things and look at certain words, but never was taught what it means to write something and actually know what how the word is spelled. So she doesn't, an executive, a junior executive of a corporation, of a business or whatever, can't spell. I mean, this is the world we live in. Let me ask you something. If you have a bunch of dumb people, isn't it the people that make the country great? But if you have a bunch of dumb people, what does that make the country? So the future generations that are being brought up can't write, can't read, can't reason. I mean, this is why I keep telling all of you, stop learning or trying to believe that this world is going to continue, that America is going to continue, that this is a bad time, but it'll get better. It's not. And all this hopelessness that you guys keep putting your eggs in, okay? Do you know what I see, what they do? Especially with people like, I concentrate on the Social Security. They play with you. They tell you one thing. One day, the talking heads are $450 for everybody. Next day, well, that was taken off the table. We're thinking of another strategy, and they're never going to give you any money. If that's what you're waiting for, you're not going to get any money. They're gonna make deals and where you won't have to pay certain things, but you'll have to pay for it in another area. It's never going to be easy. You need to it's never going to get easier, okay? It's people are living in their cars here in America, okay? You need to swallow that pride. You need to recognize what I just said. People, young people have no hope. They're saying on videos they got no future. What their parents had prior to that, even their great parents had more. And it seems that every generation is less and less. They said if they can't have children, because if they had children, what are they going to leave them with? This is what's happening in America. This is the mindset of people in America. What do they have? And here's another thing. America's always been the warehouse for other countries, and whether we give them our money, whether we give them our food, whether we give them our people to go die in their silly and selfish wars, and so we become that warehouse, that storehouse for them. But when we become worthless to ourselves, what are they going to get from us? And here's the thing. When the tables turn, if they do turn, will they give to us like we've given to them? Hell no. And so that's where you so-called patriot, idiots who fly the flag and vote and stuff like that, you're not seeing this truth. And the truth is, nothing matters anymore in this country. Nothing that makes the country great is wanted. They don't want a new thing. They don't want a new entrepreneur. They don't want somebody with ideas. They don't want songwriters. They don't want musicians. They don't want that no more. They don't want women to be women. They don't want men to be men. So what are you striving for if you're striving in this world? Because you can't be striving for what you want, because it goes against what they want. And you might say, well, who are they? The ones you're voting in. The ones that you think are important. The ones that you're all sitting here, oh, that Musk guy, he did a great job. And like I said, where is the fucking money they keep talking about they saved? Where is it? Who's got it? What's it doing? Where is it laying? Is it on top of a shelf? Is it under a shelf? Is it in a bank somewhere being safe? I mean, where does this money go that you people say you have in government? If you have the money and you say you want to give it out, then give it out or shut up. That's basically it. People in government have too many big mouths. Somebody up there is opening them and saying something to somebody, and then it goes on the internet or it goes on TV, and what was said was a lie. But they continue going on. And yet, here's the thing. The human monkey population never sees it. So, I'm up to here. I'm tired of hearing about silly little young women who don't know how to get a man, who don't know how to keep a man, men who are just getting tired of all the, this is what back in the 60s and 70s, they used to have shows called soap operas. And that's what America's become, a big freaking giant soap opera. As the world churns, if you will. General hospital for the insane, if you will. I remember an old one, Ryan's Hope. Yeah. Where the hell is the hope, and who the hell is Ryan? Well, anyway, that's near or there. But anyway, I know y'all haven't heard the song. If you had heard the song, you'd say something about it. You heard the song, but you don't like it. But, it's called Trump Drunk. Some of y'all still Trump drunk. No matter how much he destroys the country, you're still going to drink his ale. Glad I don't drink. Well, anyway. Love y'all. Derby Jack out. See y'all on the other side. Maybe.